Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Step into Fresh Habits event this evening. It's an information session, it's a cooking demo. It is just going to be lots of delicious fun. I'm Marcia Fott. I am the leader of our Paradise team, and along with me this evening are some of my partners in crime here, my two co-hosts, Jose Blanchette, under the Tupperware sign. I have to get that. I love that. And Sarah down in the bottom, who is also going to be demoing with me. Plus, we've got a couple other of our team members joining us. Pat is here all the way from Ontario. Gwen is here from Camrose. Erica from Morinville. Ashley from Fort McMurray. And Anita is the only one here representing Edmonton here. So we've got people from all over the place. And that's what we love about Zoom, is that it allows us to get together with people all across Canada, and we can still experience all of the benefits of a party without actually having to leave home or fly across the country, as the case may be. So tonight we are going to be having a bunch of fun. I'm going to make me big. Spotlight, there we go. So I'm going to make me big, and because I'm going to be kind of your MC, but we are going to be doing a draw. Once we have some guests on, we're going to be doing a draw as well with Jose. But for right now, we're going to get going with all of the fresh habit ideas that we have for you this evening. One of the things that, if you haven't been around Tupperware for a long time, that you need to know is that our job is not to sell Tupperware. Our job is not to give you a catalog and, hey, what do you want to buy? Our job is to give information. It's to explain and to share with you why we enjoy the Tupperware that we have in our home. And every single one of us who will be talking tonight have our Tupperware in our home that we use all the time. And so we're going to be sharing what we love about that. We want to enlighten you as to how today's Tupperware has evolved, so that you know that Tupperware has gone so far beyond plastic bowls. Yes, we do have some plastic bowls, the original Wonderlair bowls that were brought out. They're not in this vintage colors. Sadly, my order for that is going to be arriving tomorrow, of course, but they are this wonderful 5-piece bowl set that was one of the originals that Earl Tupper made back in the day, and it's back in a vintage Mrs. Maisel promotion. So we'll be happy to share that with you as well. But we also are going to be doing some cooking with some of our most innovative products that we have ever had. Jose.
Marsha, I have
Yes.
someone that's trying to get in and it's saying it's not letting her in. Is there anything that could possibly block anyone?
No, there's
Because I
nothing
know
that.
that at some point it happened once, but I'm not sure. I just
Oh,
had to check with you.
there's nobody. Who is it? Does it say? Let me just.
Uh, Pat.
All right, so we're going to start off tonight. I'm going to start off doing some cooking in one of my favorite cooking systems. We have lots of different cooking systems now in Tupperware, in today's 21st century Tupperware. And one of my favorites that I have used for years, this came out about the early 90s, and it has been one of my best cooking friends for a lot of years. There, I need to hold it out here so you can actually see it. It is what I am featuring on my t-shirt, the Tupperware Stack Cooker. It allows you to either stack with the several pieces. We have the 3-liter, the 1 3/4 liter casserole, the cooking cover, or the colander, which for obvious reasons must be used inside one of the casseroles, and then the cooking cover. So you can stack and cook a complete 3-course meal in here, or you can use it in lots and lots of ways individually. And we're going to show off some of those tonight. Right now, I'm going to cook some hamburger. How many of you cook hamburger? Or ground turkey in my case? How many of you generally cook it in the frying pan and you put it in And you may have your wooden spoon. We're going to suggest that you change out your wooden spoon for our wonderful Simple spoons. This is a dishwasherable, get hygienically clean wooden spoon. Everybody needs lots of these. And you stir, 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 it splatter, splatter, splatter. You're clean, 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 rinse, 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 trying to get all of that fat off there. That is way too much work. Instead, you can simply take your stack cooker with the colander in it. You can pop your ground turkey in there. Do remember to take off the paper that's on the bottom, though. That's kind of yucky if you don't. And we're just going to break it up so that it's in kind of a ring around the outside. And that's it. That's all we do. And then we put the cover on, and then we're going to put it in the microwave in my 1200-watt microwave. We're going to put it on power 6. And if you are wondering, what the heck am I talking about? Wattage, what power? What does that mean? Then you'll definitely want to date a microwave cooking class with us, because we'll teach you all about your microwave. It has powers on it, just like your oven has a temperature gauge, and your stovetop has different levels, that you have different powers on there as well. So I'm going to put this in on power 6, and while it is cooking, I'm going to change the spotlight to be Miss Sarah, because she is going to make a fantastic salsa in the sonic chopper. So I'm going to remove my spotlight, and I'm going to spotlight Miss Sarah. There she is. And I'm going to mute me and stop my video.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Marcia. I'm going to make a delicious salsa today in my supersonic chopper. And I've got all my vegetables on hand, and we're going to just throw them all in here, mix it all up, and we'll have fresh salsa. It's going to be so yummy. So first of all, I'm going to start with the onion and the garlic. And I always put the onion and the garlic in together so that garlic gets all mixed up really well with the onion. And I'm going to put my peppers in as well, because I like those nice, tiny, small pieces. And this thing is amazing. Like it's got markings on the side that shows you how much fluid can go in, and it's engraved right into the plastic, so it's not going to fade off. So you can use that as a measuring cup as well. And the cool thing about this is that it's just a cord that pulls, and that's the motor behind this thing, with the blades inside, and it's going to shred everything up. Just watch. And my kids, they love it. Every time my son sees me pull this out of the cupboard, he says, "Me too, my turn." And I let him play with it, and he loves it, and he does it for me. So 4 pulls, and probably going to do a couple more pulls, but look at that. So fast. Like, you can't do that with your knife, right? So depending on how small you want the pieces is how many pulls you want to give it. So gonna throw in the tomatoes, and I'm gonna throw in some cilantro. I already got it all peeled up there. And of course, we're gonna have to put lime juice in it. Now I like to use my all-in-one mate for my lime zesting. I know we have an awesome lime zester, and I kind of debated on which one I wanted to get, but I chose this one because it has the egg separator and the zester. So it's kind of a multi-tool, and I like multi-tools in my kitchen, so I don't have a lot of space. So this is the zester, and we're just gonna do half a lime, just like that. And the juice goes right in the bottom. You see there? And we're gonna throw that in on top of it all. And we're gonna pull the cord again. And if my son was out of bed, he went to bed early tonight. He's not feeling great. He would do it for me. And just like, maybe a couple more turns, I think. There we go. Salsa. Good to go. So we'll go back to the salsa later. I think, who's up, Marcia?
Oh,
Who's up
that
next?
would be
Salsa.
me. You were so fast.
I'm sorry, I talked too fast.
No, that is not a problem at all. I am just going to open my
I'll just
video
talk
here.
about this a little more. So
Sure,
this
go
is
for
the
it.
blade. This is the blade. It's super sharp. Like, don't touch it. I've nicked myself on this blade, putting in the dishwasher, and it hurts. Now, this also comes with a blender, and oh, it's in the dishwasher. Here's the little one for it's the same thing as for the smaller size. So basically, I use this also for pancakes. My husband says they're the best pancakes he's ever had, because when I put the mix in here and I pull the cord and it blends up the pancakes, and they're so fluffy after I bake them. It's like they're infused with air. So I love this. We use this every day, and I have 3 sizes. There's 3 different sizes. This is the big one. And I'm not sure I could talk about this anymore, Marcia.
No, you did just fine. One thing that I will talk about though is the cord, that it's really important. Let me just add my spotlight in here as well. I'll be here with you. That it's really important with the cord of this that it not get wet. And so when you are going to clean it, you'll take it apart just like Sarah just did. You'll be pushing on the little red button here and then giving it a twist. And we'll teach you how to do this. At first, it'll be a pain in the neck, I'll tell you, but we'll teach you a way with the citrus peeler that it can make it easier. And then you're going to take it apart, and this cord is not going to get wet. Really important that that stay dry for the good health of the cord. But other than that, this is going to save you so much time, and you can make fresh ingredients and fresh salsas and sauces and everything. Now, thinking of fresh, think of what's in here. That this processed stuff, it has tons of salt, it has tons of all sorts of things that you can't necessarily pronounce, but it's so much nicer, isn't it, to be able to make that fresh salsa like you get on the beach in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, so my turkey is done here. There we go. And I'll just remove Sarah's spotlight there. There we go. My turkey is done. And so what have I been doing while this has been cooking? I've been doing whatever the heck I want. That's the beauty of microwave cooking. You set it and forget it. It's so great. So we can, and if you're here with us and you have background noise, if you wouldn't mind muting yourself, because it does come up very loudly on our end, but you'll see that this has cooked up. It's ground turkey, so it's not as brown as hamburger would be. Just going to move that over here, but look at that. It is cooked up just fine. There's a bit of a reflection. It looks a lot more pink than it actually is. It's not really pink. It's just at least it looks pink to me on my end, but it's actually not pink at all. There's a tiny bit. Don't put it back. If it's not raw pink, don't put it back in the microwave, because it will just continue to cook after that. Your microwave food continues to cook for about 20% of your cooking time. So make sure that you give it that standing time, and it will brown up on its own. But there it is. Now I want to show you one thing here. Let me get my clear micro picture. So this was ground turkey, which granted does not have a lot of fat, but the thing when you're cooking hamburger or sausage or whatever in your fry pan, you're basically deep frying it in its own fat. That's what's cooking it. But this, all that extra fat and water and goop and anything else in there ends up in your casserole, and you can put it in here, which is going to end up in my dog's dish. She is going to love this. She loves it when I do demos, because she always gets the benefits. But isn't it great that this is in here instead of in here and down here? So not only can the stack cooker save you so much time and make your life easier, open up lots of time that you can use to do other things. And if this was done, if the timer went ding and you were off doing something else, that's fine. It's not going to get any doner, as it were. So that's another benefit of microwave cooking. You can set it and forget it, and if you don't happen to get back to it right away, who cares? It'll be fine. And in the stack cooker, it'll probably be a lot warmer for a lot longer because this is something that does not take up the heat like a Glass and Pyrex and Corningware do. Okay, so right now, I just want to see who else is with us. Someone has joined us by phone. Who is a 780-674-0719? Who is that?
Hello, Patty.
Oh, hey, Patty, you made it.
I
Excellent.
did, but
Excellent.
I can't see you, so I
Okay.
can't get on to see you.
You're on your phone?
Yes.
Okay, so you
Hold on, I
dialed
Yes.
in. Well,
I did. Thank you
all
very much.
right. All right. Well, my hamburger is ready to go here. The one last thing that I wanted to do with it, because when you cook it in the stack cooker, it comes out kind of chunky. And if you're going to put it into tacos or into sloppy joes or whatever, you may want it a lot more fine, particularly on nachos and things. You don't want those big chunks. And so your sonic chopper can be fantastic for this too. And again, save you tons of time from mashing it down and trying to break it up and making it more usable. We just put it into the sonic chopper. We put our cover on and we give it 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to give it a little shake just to make sure they're all in there. And there. So now we have our meat that is nice and fine. We can now, and we could have, if we wanted to, added in the onion and celery and seasonings and so on. Never add salt, but you can add your onion and celery and such ahead. And then you can make a basic beef mix that you can divide up and put into your freezer mates that happen to be on special this month. And you can divide them up into meal-sized portions, have them in your freezer and ready to go. When you get home from work or from your day, you don't have to worry about cooking up a pound of hamburger and doing that and be tempted to stop in at your local fast food. Instead, be fresh, and eat at home. You're going to save yourself lots of money, save yourself tons of time, and definitely a lot healthier as well between the stack cooker, the sonic chopper, and your freezer mates. All right, well, for some more ideas on the freezer mates, I'm going to turn this over to Miss Jose. Let's find her here. Replace spotlight. There she is. And she is going to give you some great ideas for freezer mates.
Hi everyone, I'm Jose, and we're gonna talk about young age. And you don't think any of it when you're a kid, but seriously, I use that all the time. So I do not like waste. I do not like to, just lose produce or anything that's going bad. I like to just save it somehow. So even if I have Fridge Smart for my produce, we don't always eat all the peppers that I buy at Costco within 3 weeks, as for example. So when they're just getting at the point that I'm like, they need to be eaten or something happened, I cut them in little cubes like that. And I just freeze them on a baking silicone sheet. So once they are frozen, I'm just going to grab a freezer mate right here. I roll the silicone baking sheet and I just dump it right in my freezer mate. And of course, sometimes, just fall a bit beside it, but there you go, all done. So look at that. They're all very soft like that. I'm gonna freeze them like that. And what do I do with those? Well, if I make a homemade pizza, if I make a rice and I want some vegetables, I can just quickly put them in the microwave in the breakfast maker, like 2 minutes, my vegetables gonna be ready to go. Or I could just like even like brown them in a pan or in a microwave grill, that works as well. I can use them in the pressure cooker when I make a 1-pot meal with pasta, how do you call that? 1-pot pasta meal. So I can add some sausage or ground turkey. I can add some pasta. And I just add some frozen flash vegetables and that works. There you go. So I'm going to freeze them. As you can see, it says peppers on it. What did I write on my freezer made container with? I use chalk markers. So very important, when you use chalk markers on your freezer made, what I found is that if I don't rinse the writing prior to wash them in the dishwasher, it stays, I don't know if you can see, we see some blue underneath, right? So that means it's been put in the dishwasher without rinsing. Since I discovered that trick, seriously, no issue at all. I just like pour the hot water on it and it just goes by itself, not even need to scrub, nothing. So that's really handy. Now, with the silicone baking sheet, what's really nice is you can just roll it, put an elastic band around it that you just recycle again when you buy celery or anything, or you can buy a big bag at Dollarama as well, and you can store it wherever you want. So it takes really small room, and anytime that you use it, it always stays nice. So I could just like, if I wanted, I could just like do it like that, but it just takes, it forms back. Now, another thing, when you buy a silicone baking sheet, or, you know, there's quality in brands, and the way to know if you have a good silicone is if you fold it and it's not white here, that means it's a good quality silicone baking sheet. So just an idea here. Now, what do I freeze like this? I freeze peppers, I freeze celery, onions, mushrooms, carrots, anything that's gonna go in soups, and, you know, like I said, my 1-pot meal pasta that I'm gonna use in omelets. Every time that I cook in omelets and I'm in a rush, I have one that is all mixed, a bunch of celery, onions, peppers, and I just like pour that in my breakfast maker. I just cook it 1 minute prior to add my eggs, just so they're, you know, tough. And yeah, it's good to go. So this is what I do. But what else do I flash freeze on that? Well, okay, let's start here. Garlic. I don't know about you guys, but I buy my garlic in big bunch. And look at that, I just freeze it. The garlic do not need to be flash frozen. You can just put them in the freezer mates, and so you see they don't even like stick together. You just like dump them in there and you're good to go. So with garlic, what I do is I just like let it thaw a little bit, but when I just use my little mini choppers, like Masha had the big supersonic chopper, and there's a little baby one. Well, this one right here, I can just show you because, no, I thought it was in the dishwasher. It was. So just in that baby one, and you can totally do your garlic, your jalapenos. Yeah, so that's one thing that you can do as well. So garlic is a good one. I like to drink hot water and lemon and fresh ginger. Well, what I did is I just flash froze all my ginger, and then I just grab a couple of slices and I just add it to my water. So I don't have to worry every morning to say, oh, I need to peel and cut some ginger, because I have it ready to go all the time. So that is another nice thing about having that in the freezer mate. And did you see they don't stick? Oh yeah, maybe I should have showed that to you better. You see, like they don't even stick. Like they just like go one by one like that. There we go. So this is it. Other than that, sliced mushrooms. I don't know about you guys. I love mushrooms, and I love to buy them at Costco because, you know, they're good quality. but I don't eat them all. So whenever they are getting a little bit, I just flash freeze them again on the baking sheet. And look at that. I'm gonna use my seal. They just like fall like that. There you go. They just fall one at a time. So if I'm making a homemade pizza, you see, they're all going to go one at a time like that. I'm gonna use the frozen mushrooms. It's not worse than buying a pizza at the store. They have mushrooms, they're frozen on the top. Same thing with peppers, and it's good to go. Also, if we're having steak with onions and mushrooms, I always have mushrooms ready to go. So these ones were sliced. These ones are more like in big pieces. You see, they just fall apart. So in one piece. Again, freezer mate, look how soft they are. So if I just squeeze it, look at that. So if anything was frozen, it just kind of come apart just like that. What else do I do? Not just vegetables that I flash freeze. I flash freeze my fruit because we live on an acreage. Now I just like deformed it by showing it to you guys. I picked my raspberries and I'm going to move that away. There you go. Oops, I have a mushroom here. Let's put that in here. There you go. Okay, bananas. I like to have bananas ahead of time. So I flash freeze them on the baking silicone mat, one piece at a time, and I just store them in the freezer mate right here. The other thing that we like to have is, I go to You Pick strawberries. Same thing, right? So I pick strawberries and I just like freeze them on the baking. And whenever I make smoothies, they're all ready to go. And the other one that I like is the raspberries, because we do have raspberry bushes here. So we pick a lot of raspberries and we eat lots of raspberries. But look at that. This is my raspberries that I picked last summer. Actually, no, last summer, it was so dry here that I didn't pick. So those are 2 years ago. There you go. Because last summer I was in Quebec and I didn't pick my raspberries. So 2 years ago, there's no ice or nothing. So the ice is going in the seal right here. And the raspberries are really good and stay fresh and good. So other thing I'm going to show right here is, okay, bacon. Yes, I cook my bacon in the oven, and it can be cooked on the baking silicone mat as well. Of course, using a cookie sheet underneath because it's so soft, right? But I put my bacon in the oven, and look at that. I flash freeze it on the baking silicone mat. Like, all the slices are very straight, like when you buy them at the store when it's super expensive. But mine, I just buy it in a pack of 4 at Costco. I cook them all and I freeze them all. And whenever I want one slice of bacon, I can grab one slice. I can either use the frying pan if I want. I've done it in micro grill. I cook my 2 eggs in a micro grill with 2 slices of bacon beside it. Totally perfect. Yeah, you can reheat it in the microwave, but what's very nice, if you want a BLT sandwich, you want 1 slice of bacon or an egg wrap. I make egg wrap in that micro grill as well. I make sure that I have scrambled eggs ahead of time ready at home. And then I just use 1 slice of bacon, add my egg to my egg wrap, and I add a little bit of cheese, put that in a micro grill in the grill position. Everything gets warm and grilled and crispy. It's as good as if you've been to McDonald's. And also, if you want to have a little spicy sauce, you can. There you go. I'm going to show you. This is my mom's dip. Again, Grandmama Lee's dip. This is my mom's dip. But you can also make some mayonnaise and sriracha sauce and just make that on your little wrap and with your breakfast wrap. Seriously, it takes like not even like 3 minutes. Your breakfast wrap is ready to go in the morning. Now, smoothies. We're talking about freezer mates. We're going to talk about freezer mates. So here's my smoothies. I have those come in set of 3 containers. Whoops, 3 containers and 1 seal. And how it works is you just grab the one underneath. And of course, I didn't grab it in the right way, so it just got undone. There you go. So you can grab like the last one underneath, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So here's my smoothies that I have all ready to go in the morning. On this one, I have pineapples, bananas, I have spinach, strawberries, and raspberries. So I just grab 1 container, pour it in my blender, and also I add some, oh yes, I need my little, okay, it's ready to go so I can show you it's correct. I like to add protein powder, and I have some little calcium, and I have a mix of seeds right at the top. So it's so easy. I grab one, I pour milk, I add 2 scoops of yogurt, I add my fruit, I add my seeds, start the blender. While it's blending, I'm putting everything away. It's done. I'm pouring my smoothie. Breakfast is ready. My blender is clean within 5 minutes. So, and I'm eating something healthy, and I'm good to go. So this is perfect for quick mornings, or even like if you're in a rush and you don't have time to make something, I don't know, some food and you have to go. So that's really nice. Lastly, okay, I'm going to show you my seeds. So chia seeds, hemp seeds, and flaxseed. I just mix them. This is like the there you go. It's right here. I did a live today and I showed my picture. I didn't put it away yet. So this is the mini version of the tall one. So 2 mini equal 1 tall. And this is what I just use my seeds in. And seriously, that goes so well. I filled this one up today. Let's see. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to pour, because I love those slimline. Okay, so you see, it's pretty full, right? I'm going to top it up with my seeds, just like that. Just going to shake it. Look at that, how easy it is. No mess. I don't have to use all my 3 modular mates, and I'm good to go. So this is how I work for myself. Like I said, I like to be organized and planned. So that's what I do. Lastly, I got to talk about the cheese. We talked about flash freezing. I flash freeze my cheese as well. So this is shredded cheese that I did with the Great Master. And look at that. Can you see that? I didn't like get it soft before I talked to you guys. It's just the way it is. It just goes like 1 by 1, just like that. So I shred my cheese. I used Parmesan Kraft Parmesan cheese, shake it in my Tatsu bowl, and then I just flash freeze it on that baking silicone baking sheet, on that cookie sheet. Once it's frozen, again, I just bend it, empty it in my container, put that straight in the freezer, and we're good to go. And I think I talk about everything I had in my freezer pretty much. So Marsha, it's your turn. And now I see that this is open and it's driving me insane. I wish I would see that sooner.
But that was fantastic. I have to say that I learned a bunch of stuff. There were several things. The ginger, I never had any idea that froze so well. And so many very good things like those raspberries that had been there for 2 years. Think of how much you spend at the grocery store on that little itty bitty pint of raspberries. And when you can get those on sale, or if you've got your own bushes like Jose, you can have them in the freezer mates. The freezer mates, you cannot have too many freezer mates in your freezer. I think you would come to understand that these are one of your best investments because they can be used anywhere, the freezer, the fridge, your lunch, on the go, wherever. And thank you to Jose I've got my old school freezer mates. I've got my green onions here. I've got my grated cheese as well. One thing about the chalk marker, I've found that if you have issues, maybe it's gone through the dishwasher, like you said, Jose, I find that if it gets wet, that it doesn't come off as well. But a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser takes it off like nothing. There is nothing to it. And where do you find the chalk markers? You may not even know about chalk markers. This is one of our favorite tips. It's a chalk writer. It is not a dry erase marker. It is a chalk writer, and it is available. I have only found them. You can get them at Michael's for a lot of money, or you can get them at Dollar Tree in their craft section for $1.25. And they last for a long, long, long time. That screws up and up and up and up and up and up. So they last for a long, long time. I've had this one for months and use it regularly, and it's still barely started. So fantastic investment. Who has learned something already tonight? I know I have.
I have.
Excellent. What did you learn?
Put
Let's
fruit in the freezer mate. They last
Put-
longer. than Ziploc
Absolutely.
bags.
Absolutely.
That's all I've got in
Fantastic.
my freezer. Ziplocs.
Oh, Ziplocs. The thing about Ziplocs is that that's Ziploc bags. Well, you have to keep buying them and buying them over and over, and you throw them into the garbage. They create more waste on the planet, and they're wasting your dollars as well. That's the one great thing about freezer mates and Tupperware in general, Patty, is that you invest in it once. It's not something you buy. It's something you invest in.
Yes.
And by making a one-time investment in freezer mates, treat them right, and you'll have them for a lifetime. I've got Tupperware that I've had for the 36 years that I've been in Tupperware. And by the by, you're getting a special bonus from me because today is my 36th Tupper anniversary. 36
Wow.
years ago,
Holy
I
smokes, here.
started in Tupperware. And just to make a bit of extra money while I was on mat leave from my regular job. I'm an animal health technician by profession, and I just wanted something that I could do, that I could bring in some money while I couldn't work there. Well, I had a party. I started just to make some extra money and enjoyed it. I loved making a positive difference right from the get-go. And I love that people love the ideas that we were able to give them on how to save time and money even back then. And now we have so much more that we can share and so many more ways that you can save. So I want to do one last little thing with my burger that I made. I make this great recipe called Easy Cheesy Nacho Beef Dip, and it includes adding in salsa. So you could add the fresh salsa that Sarah had made, or you could use just regular Costco salsa, about half a jar, a Costco jar, and then add in, I found this grated cheese in my freezer, so I can add it in. And you see it came out in a lump, that one part, but I'm just gonna break it up, and it breaks apart so easily. Daisy, just a minute. And now I'm going to put this into my microwave, reheat it, and it makes a wonderful dip with tacos, taco chips, or on pasta or anything like that. But I'm going to cook that later because Sarah and I are going to do some more cooking with a different microwave tool. So Sarah, let me find you here. You get to replace the spotlight. There we go. There you are.
Here I am.
And I'm going to add spotlight beside you. So she and I are going to do some fun stuff, but I'll let her go first because I have to let Daisy up.
Okay, well, I've got the micro grill. So I'm going to make some nachos to go with my salsa in the micro grill. So I've got my nachos already in there. I've added some chicken, which I cooked in here and then shredded it up in my supersonic chopper. And then I added it on top. So that was really quick. Also, I've got some peppers on top, which I've also shredded up with my supersonic chopper. So what I have to do is put some cheese on top. No, but let's talk about the MicroPro grill for a second. It is one of the microwavable products that you can use. And Jose was talking about it a little bit too with doing her eggs. And Jose, I never thought about doing eggs in here, but that sounds interesting. I got to try that. So it's got two different settings. With your lid, it can go on. This is I've got the nachos in here, so I can't really show you. It's got the grill setting, so it's going to go right down and sit on top of the food that you have in here. So I might do that for if I want to grill my
I'll be grilling my chicken, so
you'll
no
be grilling your
worries.
chicken. Okay, and then there's
Yep.
the casserole setting where it sits like this, and actually it leaves a little bit of room to breathe. But because I'm doing nachos, they're piled up a little high. I'm going to do it like that. So it'll cook from the top and the bottom. This plate heats up, and inside it heats up, and it gets very, very hot, and it cooks quite efficiently in your microwave. So first I got, should I do the cheese now, Marcia?
Sure. What are you doing with your cheese? Oh, got
gonna
your
shred
Grandmaster?
it.
You go, girl.
I
Go,
gotta
girl.
shred it up.
You
Okay,
go.
so I gotta put cheese on my nachos. So I've talked about how I like to use tools in my kitchen that have multi-purposes, and that's why I really love the base that we have. It has a whole bunch of different toppings to go on top of it. Today I'm going to use the Grate Master to grate my cheese. So it's right now it's unlocked, and you just turn it to lock it, and it'll lock right down and right onto the counter. It suctions right onto the counter. First, we got to put the top on. So this is for the cheese. And first we put the top on, and then we turn it, locks in place, and it doesn't move. You can't move it. This is another one that my kids really love to use because it's super safe and it's a lot of fun for them. It also comes with a whole bunch of different cones, and I've got them here. This one's for ice.
It actually comes with 2, and there's 3 accessory cones.
Yes, and I have the 3 accessories. So this one is for cheese. This is also one. This is the one I'm going to use today for cheese. And then there's another one. And they're very sharp. Now all the sharp parts are on the outside. So once you put it in, there's no you won't hurt yourself. You can put your hand in there. All the sharp parts are on the outside. So you're going to put it in, and this just screws in like that. But first you got to put it in and screw it on just like that. So I'm going to get my bowl in place. I'm going to show you how easy this is. This is why my kids love doing this. And put the cheese in and just use this little plunger to push it down, and you just turn. And I don't dread shredding my cheese anymore now that I have this. And it makes it so easy to like freeze cheese. I do that as well, like Jose was talking about. And if you always have cheese in the freezer, it's really nice to have that on hand. So you can just put your hands in there, and you can just dig it out and not worry about hurting yourself or losing a fingernail, which is what I always used to do.
Who can relate to that?
All right, so let's put the cheese on. So we got the tacos, we got the chicken. I put some taco seasoning on there. My husband was just upstairs saying, "Are the nachos ready yet?" I'm like, no. So let's get these going in the microwave.
This is why our families love us being in Tupperware, because we get to try out and have to practice all these great recipes and virtual demos. Bob said he's going to be very sad when I'm going back to in-home parties because he's not going to have all the food left over.
So we're going to pop that in the microwave. I'm going to turn my heat to my cook power down to 70 when I do it, or maybe 75. Oh, nope, 7. And I'm going to cook it for 6 minutes.
And
Fantastic.
we have a new guest. We have a new guest. I
Well,
see him. Marsha,
pardon?
I just see that we have someone else.
Oh, Poonam, you made
Poonam.
it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Welcome, 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 Poonam. I'm so glad you're here. So I am going to do some cooking in the MicroPro grill as well, because, well, nachos are just one of the about gazillion things that you can do with your MicroPro grill. The MicroPro grill is one of the most innovative items that Tupperware has ever made. They developed the technology for it. It is something that the microwaves do not heat your food, do not cook your food. The food is cooked by thermal heat, which is generated in these hot plates, like Sarah was saying. They get to precisely 425 degrees in as little as 90 to 120 seconds. How long does it take your oven, which is at 220 volts of power? How long does it take to get to 425 degrees? Takes mine 17 minutes at 220 volts, where the MicroPro grill in your microwave, which is plugged into 110 volt, will heat to 425 in 90 seconds. So this is why cooking in your microwave, rather than using your stove or your oven, you can get all the same results. You can do everything. You can cook rice and pasta, and you can cook a turkey, and you can do all of the things that you do in your microwave. You can do cakes, you can do cookies, you can do muffins, you can do all of those things, but you can do it using a quarter of the time, using half the energy. You're using at least 1/8 the power as a general rule, and sometimes even less. So you can make a huge dent in your power bill, which these days is a really good thing. Okay, so I am using some of the chicken that I put into my freezer mate the other night. I did a little demo on my customer page about taking your marinade. One of our fresh hints is when you get steak or chicken on sale, and if you like to generally marinate it before you, even if you're going to be barbecuing, sure, it's going to be barbecue weather here eventually. Give us a month or two. Who knows? One day it might be. We had it yesterday. But you can put it into your freezer mate with the marinade and then put it in the freezer. And it's going to marinate for days, weeks, months. It's got lots of time, so it can marinate, albeit very slowly, but it's going to do that, and it will be fantastic and ready to go. And again, the time that you rush home and it's a fabulous Friday and you've invited friends over for dinner, you don't have to worry. You've got steak in the freezer that's already microwaved. You don't have to have thought about it. And this is one of my favorite marinade recipes as well. I'll share that with you as well. This is a simple teriyaki marinade that's ketchup, oil, garlic, and soy sauce. Yes, is what it is. So you can make a natural 4-ingredient marinade that is so easy. I'm going to put this now. Sarah was talking about the casserole position, which is up on top. I'm going to put mine down on top of my chicken. So see, that's right down on top. And I'm going to put this in for about 6 minutes, and it's going to be done just like that. And while it's cooking, we're going to be talking about Fridge Smart. So give me a second. And Sarah, are those nachos ready? You're muted, hon.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. It says 2 more minutes, but maybe I should check on them. I did pile them up high. I find the higher it's piled up, the faster
Okay.
it cooks.
You check on your nachos. I'll put these
Oh,
in.
yeah.
So in the meantime, guys, I'm gonna just say a little something here. Marsha mentioned about cooking the ground turkey, ground beef, ground bison, whatever meat you guys have. Another tip also is she mentioned about freezing it in the freezer mates. But if you want, you could also make it as a taco ahead of time and freeze it as a taco. So whenever you want to have a taco meal really quick or nachos with tacos, you can totally grab your container and you can transfer it and just defrost it, or the night prior and it's ready to go. So your tacos can be ready, or you can freeze your ground beef either pre-cooked, or you can also freeze it non-cooked. So the advantage of both is if you want to just do a quick shepherd pie, you can grab your pre-cooked ground beef, add some corn and mashed potatoes on top, and seriously, it goes so quick to make a shepherd pie. You will not even realize how quick you can whip it. There you go.
Absolutely. Great
And
ideas.
that's you, Marcia, now.
Yes, great ideas. Now, one of the things that we've been talking about as well, we want to, with our fresh habits, we want to be enjoying fresh vegetables as well. But of course, the cost of groceries now, they're going up and up and up with your peppers and so on. If you buy them in bulk and make your pepper jewels, like Jose was telling you, but also with we can't have everything that's frozen. We do need some fresh stuff as well. And so with your Fridge Smart of your various sizes, I've got some of the smalls here that I was just filling it up with the peas that I got today, and also the carrots. So I have all of my fresh veggies for my salads in here. I'm just going to grab my spinach because it's kind of impressive. The large containers, which are not normally available for sale, they fit. I love them because they fit front to back in my fridge. So I've got them right front and center. And the beauty of them is that they will hold your big bag of spinach or your big bag of greens. And this is spinach that has been in my fridge for 3 weeks. And it is absolutely perfect. Perfect. So the amount of money that Fridge Smart has saved us, I know that all of my gals who are on here, if you want to come unmuted, Sarah, I know you love Fridge Smart in your fridge.
I do.
What do you
I
love about it?
Oh, like, you know what? I bought raspberries and I put them in my Fridge Smart and they were fresh 2 weeks later, and that has never happened to me before. They're usually bad within 3 days, I find.
Exactly. And strawberries and things as well. We can teach you how to wash your food so that it's actually clean and still have it last, like strawberries, still have them last for 10 days to 2 weeks. Mushrooms as well. Who else has some? I saw some chat there. Grilled cheese, cauliflower, absolutely. Cauliflower, broccoli, 4 to 6 weeks. Peppers, 4 to 6 weeks. Onions, 6 weeks. Oh, the garlic, the frozen garlic. That was the other idea that I got from you, Jose, that I loved. I had no idea you could freeze garlic cloves like
And
that.
seriously, Marcia, you can just take it out like 5 minutes, and in the chopper, it's gonna chop it. But like I'm gonna say 5-10 minutes. But if you want to chop it right away, you just put it a tiny bit in the microwave, and it's just gonna chop, chop, chop. So that's really nice. In regards of the Fridge Smart, what I was going to say is my garden carrot. I'm going to tell you my 3 fave, like my really 3 fave is my garden carrots. 2 years ago, last me 11 months in the Fridge Smart containers. And I had 3 extra large containers that I stored in my garage and also in my fridge. And so you see, it was amazing. I had garden lettuce that lasts me 2.5 weeks in a Fridge Smart. When you think garden, no preservative and still crunchy. So that was amazing. And also you pick strawberries that after 2 weeks, they were again in excellent condition. That to me, it was amazing. So I use them for everything. Lettuce purchased from the store 3-4 weeks, easy, and they are amazing.
For sure. Fridge Smart is definitely one of your best investments because it will allow you to actually eat the food that you buy and not be wasting it. You can't afford to waste food these days. So definitely an investment in Fridge Smart will help. One little tip with your Fridge Smart, because greens, lettuce and herbs and so on tend to get quite moist. They are things that do not like to be wet. So be sure to wipe away the moisture on your greens, your lettuce, your spinach, your kale, and so on, it will help them, and mushrooms and strawberries too, but it'll help them last a lot longer. They don't like to be wet, so wipe away that extra moisture. Okay, Miss Sarah, let's see those nachos here.
I'm eating them.
Good for you.
They're good.
Oh my
All the
goodness
cheese
sakes.
melted. So you can
Yeah.
see I made a little dent there in them.
Oh, don't be sorry.
So with
And
the
the managing-
salsa, it's so good. And
Fresh salsa. Yeah. Fresh salsa just reminds you of the beach in Mexico, doesn't it? Where you can't get salsa any fresher. And there's my microwave also done. And here's the chicken.
Yeah, I need some sour cream with my nachos. I'm a sour cream girl,
Oh, are you?
not my
Okay.
husband. Not my husband. He.
Oh, I'm
he's-
just an
he's a-
extra. I'm just an extra salsa girl. I'm not a sour cream gal at all. But here is our chicken, all cooked and ready to go. Now, one thing that I want to show you, make sure that you don't do what I just did, which is naturally set this down like this. Because this part is the hot part, 425 degrees. So you want to turn it over. These little feet are on the bottom here. This is all silicone around the edge. And that is right there to protect your countertop so it acts like a trivet. So have the really hot part down so that it is going to, so that it's going to be safe. All right, I had a fork here. There we go. So I'm just going to take, this was the thickest breast that I had. And just going to grab a knife here. And that was 6 minutes on high. And normally what I would do would be to put it in for 6 minutes and then take it out, flip it, and put it in for another minute or two. And that's what I would need to do with this, because you can see this is still a little bit rare. So I'm going to put this back in with these two thicker breasts in here. But the fillets are here. They're perfect. They are absolutely moist and tender and beautifully seasoned all the way through. Oh my gosh. So good. The MicroPro grill is honestly the item that we use most in our kitchen now. We use it all the time. Sarah with her family can be using it for grilled cheese sandwiches and nachos and doing chicken nuggets and so on, things right out of the freezer. You put them in the MicroPro grill, 6 minutes later, they're on your plate, which is awesome. Kids, your kids are old enough that they can get out their own snack. They can get out some chicken nuggets or a hamburger or a pizza pop and put it in the microwave. It helps them to get more independent as well. So we're building confidence. Oh, and yes, Anita is reminding me of another great one with thinking of the Ukrainian people, that frozen pierogies are perfect in here. Just add some pierogies, add just a tablespoon of water around just to make a little steam, and 6 or 7 minutes, right, Anita? That's all it takes is to get your pierogies ready to go. So I think that, yes, marinate and refrigerate. And then, okay, so that is our cooking portion of what we're doing tonight. Who has learned something tonight they didn't know before? Shout out.
Start freezing my garlic now. I hadn't
Yes.
even thought of that.
Me neither.
I'm
I
so
had-
happy. I'm so happy. I was
I
able
had
to teach
no
something.
idea. I mean, fresh garlic will last a long time in your fridge smart, but if you can have it all peeled and ready to go in your freezer, how easy is that, for heaven's sakes? So that's what we're all about, is making
I
things.
too am going to buy those fridge smarts.
Oh, yes. The fridge smarts are absolutely your best investment that you can
Yep.
make, for sure.
Marsha, can I just brainstorm here? I'm going to tell you everything I can do with like the MicroPro grill because I use that thing seriously all the time.
Oh my
And I'm
goodness
going to
sakes.
tell us.
Everything you can do, we're going to be here all night.
No, I know, but not everything. But I'm just gonna, okay, I'm gonna just spit it out right now.
Okay.
Meat pie, reheated pizza, breakfast sausage, breakfast patties, mozza stick, quesadilla, pancakes, eggs, bacon, like you just name it, right? Like that thing, like grilled cheese is you cannot even imagine what you can make. And I'm gonna tell you, I
Lasagna?
want to tell everyone, we are renovating our kitchen, and I'm gonna have no kitchen for 5 months. So I started making more stuff in the micro grill because I need to practice for when I will not have the tools. And it is crazy how, like you can make a cake, you can make a cookie, you can make a cheesecake. Like you just name it. You can make dessert, you can make a pie. Marsha, you made a pie in there.
Apple pie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic apple pie.
And it's funny, Marsha, because I bought a pie crust and I want to try it before I start my renovation. So I'm ready to go. A crisp, right? Like there's so many things you can do in that. And seriously, this is going to be my lifesaver when we're going to have our renovations. So I just wanted to do a little brainstorm here. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I know that all of our gals who have one would agree 100% as well. And the great thing is the MicroPro Grill happens to be on special right now. So let me just take just a few moments to go through what is on special and some of the other items that we did. Let me make my slideshow here. Yes, I've actually got a PowerPoint. Come on, I know.
And Marsha, I want to say welcome, Anne. I just saw that you were able to join us. Hi, Anne.
Oh, good. Awesome. Well, now I guess we should have our draw of our guests who are on here. So we had Patty and we have Poonam and Anne. Anybody else?
We had Anne.
Fantastic. Well, let's do a quick draw.
So you said Patty won. Let's say she won the on-time draw, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so I'm looking at the names here.
Okay. Well, while you get that ready, Anne, I know Poonam was my guest and Patty was yours, Jose. Who invited Anne? Anne, who invited you?
I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, welcome, 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 ladies. We're so glad that you were able to join us for our Spring into Fresh Habits demo. As I had mentioned, I am recording this, so you will be able to catch up later on anything that you missed, but I'm excited that you joined us here. We featured a lot of things tonight. Shout out in the chat, what was your favorite item that we featured tonight? Was it the Sonic Chopper or the MicroPro Grill or the Stack Cooker or here's some more ideas for the MicroPro Grill?
Mine was all of it.
All of it, yeah. All of it is a good answer because yes, everything that we have can help you save so much time and so much money. One other little thing about the MicroPro Grill, if you like those breaded, I know that you can get them in the freezer section and they come all pre-packaged with the breaded chicken with all the filling and so on. Well, you can do that with any of the store dips like that Asiago cheese dip or the spinach dip or the whatever dip turns your crank, and might grill it in the MicroPro Grill. And you can have the same thing so much easier. Our prep tools that we use tonight, the silicone mats and freezer mates, the micro pitcher set, all of these items are ones that you are going to use every single day. And most of them are on special or available in a special promotion right now or coming up very soon. Our prep tools, we have a bonus when you have $100 order. You can get one of our prep tools. I think it's the spatula for next to nothing. The freezer mate set is on special right now. Silicone will be on special in April, which is just next Thursday. Isn't that a frightening thing? The MicroPro Grill is on special right now for this last week of March. And the Sonic Chopper is one that you can get nearly free or add it with another $400 worth of product for the same price. It's an amazing deal. So what would you cook? Be thinking about that. Could you see these items giving you more time and helping you to cut down on that energy bill? I think so. We all can attest to that we have more time for living and doing other stuff, and certainly are paying less. To be busy is a choice. Stress is a choice. Joy is a choice. Choose well. Just a little inspirational break there. Choose well. Make the most of your time and of your energy. And Tupperware can help you do that. The MicroPro Grill on sale this month. Isn't it wonderful that you always have 3 options with Tupperware, that you can shop, you can host, or you can join us and enjoy it all. Right now, you can shop from your seat instead of your feet. Whoops, I'm sorry, I forgot to change the catalog. We have our spring catalog cover here, which is new and going to be available for the next couple months. And then we're going to have a new summer catalog out, which is rather exciting. And we do have our fantastic Hello Spring sales brochure, which does feature our Portion Pro set here. I do have mine here that I'll show you in just a second when we go back live. And I want to show you one trick about the seals. When you get this, your seals are going to be very tight. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So easy. So we have the tools that can make life easier for you to portion things out and do like the 21-day fix kind of thing. That can make such a huge difference. I know I am the worst one for portion control because I have no willpower. So portion control, I really need something to help me with that. And so these are great. Freezer Mates are another great portion control bonus as well. With our sales specials in our Tough Love offers, here's the beautiful colors of that vintage set, and they are going to be gone at the end of this month. So take advantage of this and do watch Mrs. Maisel as well. Jose, I can hear you typing. Mrs. Maisel, which is on Netflix, I believe, in the newest season. Episode 3 is all about her when she becomes a Tupperware lady and has a Tupperware party. So if you want to see a truly vintage Tupperware party, watch Mrs. Maisel. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is a wonderful show anyway. If you just want something that is fun and very empowering for women, she was way ahead of her time back in the 50s. She was a woman way ahead of her time. So if you like some female empowerment and a lot of good laughs, definitely Mrs. Maisel is the way to go. Surprise packs are on sale this week. They've got a whole new group of surprise packs. So over $90 in value for just $49. And on our Tough Love offers, which is on our website, when you go onto your rep shopping link on the left-hand side where it says you're going to shop, and then there's a drop-down box, you'll want to choose Tough Love offers or current brochure. And there's dozens and dozens, like up to 100 new different offers, including this large Fridge Smart here. So have a look through those. Don't miss out on them because there are some incredible offers up to 70% off. And you can always have the option, instead of just shopping for yourself, you can get your friends together and you can all have fun together in a party like we did here tonight. You don't have to have any experience. We can coach you all through everything that you need, and you can earn all sorts of free and half price rewards based on the sales and datings. So what would you take? One of the exclusive gifts like the Prism set or the Crystal Wave set? Or would you just take a Tupperware shopping spree? You have that choice, in addition to your thank you gifts and your dating gift. So why have an online or in-home Tupperware party? We are getting back into doing in-home parties. We would much prefer, at least I would, love to come into your kitchen, or you can bring your friends to mine and we'll cook just like we did tonight, but you get to be the one eating the chicken instead of me tempting you and making you jealous, and Sarah eating those delicious nachos. Oh, it looked all so good, but with an in-home party, we can do that. But online, you still get all those benefits. And I'm the only one that has to clean. We are the only ones that have to clean our kitchen. My story, you already heard it, that I have been here for 36 years, which is 35 and a half years longer than I ever dreamed. And the reason I stayed is the products continue to innovate and be amazing. They continue to evolve and let us help people to, including ourselves, to save time and money in our own home and help others save time and money. It's a feel-good business. It's always felt good to make a positive difference for people. I can make lots of money. I have made lots of money, whether you want to make a little or a lot. That opportunity is here in Tupperware. And so much more. I don't want to go into it tonight because there's just so much more. That takes up a whole bunch of time by itself. But just trust me, give Tupperware a try and you will be so glad that you did. It kept me here for 36 years. You may just stay for 36 days, 36 weeks, who knows? But definitely you'll enjoy your story. To be a part of a company creating solutions to reduce waste is a big why for me. I have become very environmentally conscious. My son is an environmental engineer, so that's probably where I get it. But I have become very environmentally conscious, and we all know that we do have to do our part to help make the world a better place so that it isn't a garbage heap for our kids and our grandkids. And Tupperware is definitely a company that is doing a lot for the environment. Another day we can do a sustainability party where you'll learn all about our sustainable options and how Tupperware is making sustainable options that for its product and its material, but gives you options to be able to make a positive difference and reduce waste on your end. Zero. That's how much money you'll earn if you don't give it a shot. Zero is a lot of things, but zero is the amount of pressure that you're going to get. We're just about giving information. So the best deal to come into Tupperware, like I said, is the deluxe bundle, which includes $500 or more worth of product. It includes some Fridge Smart, and it includes that fabulous chopper. It includes some freezer mates and measuring stuff, and definitely bowls are there. We've got the breakfast maker, which is another of our famous ones. I know José loves it for making a little omelet to go in. She'll love that in her microwave as well. But all of this is yours for just $149 to get into your kitchen and start enjoying all that it can do for you. And then when you have your first order before next Wednesday of $50 or more, or if we do a party for you between now and then, or you gather some orders, or just go on a shopping spree and get yourself Tupperized, you can earn the Stack Cooker for just $40. That's $165 value. So you have your choice of either the deluxe bundle or the virtual membership, totally up to you. But honestly, if you haven't been in Tupperware for a long time or before, take the deluxe bundle. It's by far the best value. Your first order reward of the Crystal Wave, the party bonus of the Stack Cooker is just the beginning of the amazing rewards that you can earn. Tupperware does make it easy to work anywhere, anytime. Look at us, we're working in our own homes, and we've got people here all the way from hours away, provinces away, and yet we can still work together. If you've got questions, we've got answers, and there's no secret or fine print. Just ask. We're happy to tell you and give you the confidence to give Tupperware a try. So if you like it, place an order. And one thing about placing an order, I also wanted to let you know that this is the last week of the March brochure, but it's also the last week of our current pricing structure for shipping fees. Our shipping is going to be going up at the end of this month, starting on the 31st. As you all know, if you have tried to ship a parcel or even gone to put one through the post office, you know that even the smallest packet is a ridiculous amount. It starts at about $20, $25 and goes up from there. And so with Tupperware, we get our orders sent to us by Purolator Courier. And the reality is that Tupperware subsidizes our shipping tremendously, and they literally just can't afford to do that anymore. So shipping costs are going to become a little more realistic starting on March 31st. So it's another good reason to get your order in now, but it's also a great reason to get together and have a party with some friends so that you share the shipping. That will be encouraged starting in April as well, so that you can still make it very, very cost effective. So like it, place an order, love it, host a party. Want it all like Patty did? Well, join us and get it all, including a discount, 25% off even the sale prices for at least a year, and so much more. So thank you for joining us. There we go. Were there any questions? You're welcome to come off mute, or I'll check in the chat to see if there are any questions here. Even to send a letter to Edmonton, absolutely, is $7 priority post. That's a letter. That's crazy. So did anyone have any questions at all?
No,
No?
answered all mine.
All right. Well, I'm so glad. Well, thank you so very much for joining us. And I hope that we have given you some great ideas and great inspiration about how Tupperware can help you start getting into some fresh habits for the year coming and for years and years to come, so that you can be saving calories, saving money, saving waste for so long. Oh, and Jose is reminding me about the draw. Let me find her here. There she is. Add spotlight. There she is. Okay. And she's doing a little draw of our guests.
Sorry, you can't see my container here because of my background here.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's all right. We'll
But
trust you.
okay, I'm gonna try. Who's the winner? Can you see that?
Oh, Poonam! Excellent. All right. Well, Poonam, I'll have an extra gift for you when we get together tomorrow. Fantastic. Well, thank you so
Woohoo.
much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm just going to stop.